your greatest strengths to your greatest weaknesses.
Yeah.
And I am definitely a self-proclaimed perfectionist.
Yeah.
And I'm super picky. And I know it's difficult sometimes to work with me because I'm so picky, but that's also why it's so good.
Yeah.
It's also why you guys said it went off without a hitch, because I do really pay attention to all the details and make sure it goes, because I care about all the details.
I understand.
So releasing that when it's something that is so important to my business is, it's a little challenging.
I always look at real estate, and what I do is it's a marathon. It's a long-term thing. If you're going to overreact to not getting one deal, or be upset, or it's just like, hey, I understand, just try and get me the next one, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be the attitude.
Don't take it personally.
With you can't. And trust me, I'm a competitive guy. So at the beginning, that was hard. When you did something for someone and you didn't get that deal, oh my God, it was just like, you were just like, like going, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But, you got to take the high road.
Sometimes people just need a reminder that this business is not easy, and we're all in this together. And yes, sometimes a market like this can be really challenging, but then the reminder that, it took the Caseys of the world and the Tim Smiths of the world 10 years to quote unquote feel like they made it. And that came probably with a lot of dark valleys and tunnels that they had to experience. And I think the key is, like, the messaging for me is, of course, the authenticity piece that we talked about earlier, but also you just can't give up. And we're back. Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Jason Thibodeau with the Mortgage Lounge, and we're back. And I have with me today the host and the owner and the publisher of OC Real Producers, Michele Kader. How are you? Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And then I have also the owner of Mariners Escrow at Newport Beach, Mike Perisi. Yes.
Got it.
I got it. So, like I said earlier, I feel like we've known each other for a long time, yet we haven't. And that's usually a good sign.
Yeah.
I was really proud of the event we threw together. I know I would say Michele and Mike probably did most of the heavy lifting. I was just along for the ride. But we're here today to talk about the event. We had 4 panelists. They're all top producers. I think they're all, generally speaking, in the Newport Beach marketplace. Correct me if I'm wrong?
Yes.
See, it's funny, like, you guys are like experts in that market. I'm more North County. The reason we got connected was from Courtney Keller with Tycor. Hi, Courtney. Thank you for the connection. And here we are. OC Real Producers is trying to make a push, not trying, is doing, making a push in North County, North Orange County. And that's why we're here today. We're just going to talk about how the event went. Some of the biggest takeaways in terms of, what people learned. A lot of realtors were in the audience, and I think what's unique about your events is you require a certain production level. Is that correct? Do you want to expound on that a little bit?
Yes. So Orange County Real Producers is exclusive. It's only for the top realtors in Orange County.
Right.
So
you're not just inviting anyone, in other
correct.
words, right?
That's what makes it special.
Yeah.
That's why everybody wants to be there, because there's a lot of people in Orange County that have a real estate license, but only very few actually do the business.
What was the average production level? You mentioned it.
24 million in sales volume per year.
Yeah. Which is legitimate.
So we, every January, pull the list of sales volume for the year prior, and we literally sort it and we chop it off at number 1,000. And that's who is a part of our community for that year.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. And we all got to collaborate together to try to make sure we filled the room. And we did. How many RSVPs did we have?
Well over 300, like 350.
Yeah. And we were wondering who would show up and if we would fill the room, but it was a packed house.
And of course, we had some crashers.
Yeah, we had some crashers.
Always.
Wait, we did. Yeah. Talk about that. I
We knew that was going to happen, right?
We
talked about it. I said people are going to show up. I said, be ready, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So like random people who didn't RSVP to the event were showing up.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny. And are we talking like actual realtors or random affiliates?
Both.
Or okay, interesting. Yeah. Which is okay, right?
Well,
they've been blacklisted.
We really protect the affiliate space because all like you two are part of our community and you support us, which is why we're able to do what we do.
I love that you do that, by the way.
Well, it's what we offer. It's very valuable because our ratio from that event was about 5.5 realtors to 1 affiliate partner, which is unheard of. There's no events that are that realtor heavy. So in order to maintain the integrity, to protect the investment that you make to be part of our community, I'm really particular about that.
I really love that you do that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, because Mike, when we go to broker previews, the ratio is the opposite, and you know
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, a lot of broker previews, the agents, get like 5 affiliates in a row, or there's 3 escrow people all at the same time,
Yeah.
Rochambeauing for the deal. We're like kind of just joking about it. But I do think, I know we're going to get into it, but the value add led to those ratios in the sense that obviously affiliates wanted to be there, but they had to be partners. But the real estate agents that I know all really were excited about it. I wasn't sure how they'd react when we first kind of thought of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, big producers.
Yeah.
Jim Watson, Rob Geem were in the audience who really wanted to be
and
there.
they could have been on the panel.
They could have been on the panel, and that's what's neat is you can keep doing this same event because every agent has a different story, a different beginning, how they became successful, and every agent wants to hear from the top people about how they became successful.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're definitely onto something, right? Because you can tell that people, and when I say people, I'm talking about realtors and even affiliates, they really do have a desire to understand, learn best practices. Who are the panelists again? Name them so we all remember.
We had
I remember now, but I just want to hear
Tim Smith, Casey Lesher, John Kane, and Annie Clarity.
Was it easy for them to get a yes from all of them, by the way?
Yes.
It was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Like
between our relationships. Yeah.
We had this lunch in August, right? Where again, the vision was taking the energy she's putting in the South Orange County and bringing it north because, I've been doing this a long time and we used to have more events that were social events and other offices would go. And it wasn't like these days, it seems like the social events are all Coldwell Banker, Compass,
like branded events.
Yeah, they're just for the companies and they all kind of, hang out together. But in these older events, everyone would come. Like if we threw a Christmas party or something, we would get everyone. And it was a really good, bonding, we'll say, for the real estate community. And so that was the idea was if you do a value add event and, will they want to go if, you get the right people? And obviously we know the answer.
Yeah. So as far as like the broker preview thing that you're talking about where, there's no exclusivity, right? I ran into that and a lot of my loan officers were running into that over the years. And of course, the only way to overcome that is consistency over years, right? Yep. But if you do want to move the needle faster than that, what do you have to do? I figured it out. And it sounds like you guys have too with the event we just threw. You got to throw your own events because I got to a point where I'm like, I don't want to keep going to other people's events or broker previews and being one of 25 lenders. I'm going to start having realtors come to me. And you mentioned something earlier, which is add value, educate, right?
Yep.
And that's exactly what the focus was last Wednesday, right? Well, so biggest highlights, takeaways, there was, someone like Casey obviously stole the show, but any other footnotes worth sharing on camera today?
I think every agent, did amazing. I think that, Tim Smith has this wisdom about him. Obviously, Casey, definitely his personality and his vulnerability was just really stood out.
Yeah.
Annie's just the best. Like she's just raw.
Yeah.
And John Kane is so methodical and he's like he said, he gave up a lot to get where he's gotten and it's been very structured and he's so good at what he does. And so they're all different. And that's what's neat. There's not one way to do it.
Did you go successful. Yeah, you're hitting that point. Did you go into this wanting to know that you had a wide variety of personalities? Because you are right, Mike. It's like every single one of those realtors was a mega producer, we'll call them, right? Mm-hmm. And yet they're all wildly different in their personalities and approaches. And that's an encouraging thing to me, especially I'm sure for the audience to realize if you're an introvert, if you're an extrovert, or if you're something in between or have quirks around your personality, it kind of doesn't really matter. What matters was, consistency and other things. You want to speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, I think what makes them successful is the uniqueness of their personality and who they are. So I wouldn't expect actually two people to be the same that would end up at that level.
Yeah.
I think the thing that we were really conscious of is making sure that we had a woman on stage.
Nice work,
and
by the way.
who would be able to balance well with the men that we selected.
And she did.
She did.
Yeah. She brought a lot of powerful
energy. And she gave a perspective being a mother.
Yeah.
that was very real. And I think a lot of women really resonated with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
When we envisioned it, it was the top producers panel. So all 4 are in the top 20, so that was impressive. Like, it wasn't like we said, oh, these 4 people, right? We just wanted top producers, and they were really the first 4 people we asked.
Yeah.
And there we were. It was relatively easy.
It was.
Yeah.
That's also a testament to your guys' reputation in the marketplace too, So nice work on that.
We all made a great team.
Yeah.
All 3 of us.
I think all agents know what they've been through to get where they've been, and they want to give back deep down. That's what all 4 of these people, you could tell. Sure. I mean, they're being honored in a way, but they're also getting to help people.
Yeah, we're not paying them to be there.
Right. People
There's
ask
no
me that.
speaker fee happening.
People ask
or
me
anything
that.
like
What
that.
did you have to pay them?
Yeah.
I'm like, we didn't pay them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Talk about behind the scenes, like what it takes to plan an event like that. How much time and build up and work was involved in getting to this polished event which by the way, went off without a hitch. At least I didn't notice any.
There was no hitches.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Well,
I think Michele
you've done like what,
probably
20
knows more
events at
about
this
this.
point?
I was going to say 7 years.
'Cause we were
it's taken 7 years, Jason.
Well, 7 years is the number of completion, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, but in all honesty, my first event was January 2020. And I've consistently done 3, even through 2020, 3 events per year at this kind of a level. Large, same sort of publicity and promotion, and just 7 years of doing it and really getting my team on board, knowing what it takes. But we started a conversation 10 months ago.
Yeah.
And I started venue shopping more than 6 months ago, finding the right place. And
you do 3 of these a year, roughly?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because it does take a lot of work. We were talking and joking off camera earlier about how we're all completely exhausted the week after the event, and in particular you, because I know that you did a lot of the heavy lifting. What are you doing right now to recover from something like that? Are you just giving yourself some space to be human?
I need to.
Yeah.
Yes, I need to sit myself down and yeah.
Good.
Give myself a little time.
Yeah, it takes time. And the reason I'm asking about this is it's the same thing with being a realtor and building your business and all those realtors that were in the audience learning. It's one of those things where I think the messaging is, what did Casey say at the event? 10 years to quote unquote make it.
Yeah.
It's funny. I tell my loan officers it's at least 2 to 3 years. And so when I heard Casey say 10 years, it was like really cool because I felt validated. And I think what people don't understand is when they see Michele polished on stage with this beautiful venue and things going off without a hitch, it's not easy. I can tell you my first event that I threw at the Long Beach Yacht Club for PWR, I think it was. I don't remember. It was a disaster. We thought it was a good venue because they do the Long Beach Broker Preview there. And we show up thinking it's going to be fine. And of course, all the technology doesn't work. Okay, so I have Stephen Thomas showing up to do his presentation, and he's a slideshow data guy, and I have no way to get the slides on camera or on the on the screen. So we improvised and figured it out, but like I'm just pointing to what you're pulling off here is not easy, and whether or not you're doing that or want to be a successful realtor, it really does take a lot of at bats.
And I wanted to point out, to give her accolades too. Yeah. She's saying she's relaxing, but she sends out kind of feedback emails afterwards to get everyone's response. So she wants to see what people thought. And, that's not nothing in the sense that, we want feedback to make the next one better.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. So I was there's not nothing to do, I would assume.
You liked getting the feedback form?
Yeah, sure. I'm definitely a feedback guy. I like to make things like, I want them to be great, right? And we can always learn. There are always things. I think it went off without a loop there. I had touched on, just the beginning and an intro, it kind of just started. And I'm not sure everyone was really ready. And then it just blossomed after one
You
question.
did great, by the way. I saw you taking deep breaths before your introduction. I'm like, oh, I wonder how he's going to do. And you went up there and you crushed it. You did really well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
If we want to touch on public speaking real quick, I used to be literally terrified.
Yeah.
I mean, terrified of it. And I mean, like, I just remember like almost like blacking out. Like, like I'd be talking and just be like, oh my God, I don't even know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
right?
well, you're in fight or flight. You don't know what's happening yet. Yeah, I understand. I went through that
once
phase.
you learn, and especially it's the night before and the nervousness.
Yeah.
And then I started kind of going, okay, is you can just control the nervous energy. And it really, the story was when I started at Mariners, this older owner of Mariners, who was the pillar of escrow, and this really strong woman went to speak with me at this company, and she was terrified of speaking. I could tell. And so I had to like stop her, and I just took over.
Yeah.
And that one thing, like, it didn't make it easy, but like I had confidence after that, because I go, gosh, if she was scared, like all I got to do is control it, right? Everyone's scared.
We're all in this together. There's something called being human.
Yeah.
Speaking of learning from the event, was there any learnings that you had running all these events over the last 7 years in this particular case?
I think what's on my mind is because I have gotten so comfortable with how we executed. So how can I have that happen without me as much, so that I can put energy into ways to do it even better? Maybe it's more promotion. Maybe it's getting more of my partners involved in a way. So
finding people to delegate to, so you're not using all your bandwidth on the stuff that, takes a lot of energy. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
I've really gotten it figured out. So I'm sure if I can free up space in my mind to think more creatively about partnerships and PR,
this is why, by the way, I feel very fortunate to be connected to you, because I really do understand what it takes to get to the level of your experience when it comes to throwing events. I'm 3 or 4 events in, and I can just tell you, I understand the level of stress and anxiety and pressure we put on ourselves.
Yeah.
It's
so true.
And like for me, I could be delegating better, but I'm still dealing with booking the venues and talking to the people about the menu and what color are the napkins and where do we want the tables positioned and the DJ and all that stuff. And you're like, why am I working on this?
Yeah.
So is that probably what you're pointing to?
Yeah. And even just how, like, I'm at the point where I could have somebody overseeing my staff because it's really just kind of pumping out the same thing, but with a different date and a different theme and a different sponsor attached to it.
Can I just tell you that was a really good answer, by the way. I'm glad you contemplated.
Oh, good.
Yeah, sure. You took a moment, but it's delivered.
Hard. It's hard to give up because, your greatest strengths are your greatest weaknesses.
Yeah.
And I am definitely a self-proclaimed perfectionist.
Yeah.
And I'm super picky. And I know it's difficult sometimes to work with me because I'm so picky, but that's also why it's so good.
Yeah.
It's also why you guys said it went off without a hitch, because I do really pay attention to all the details and make sure it goes, because I care about all the details.
I understand.
So releasing that when it's something that is so important to my business is, it's a little challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So delegation is what you're talking about.
Well, for the event in particular.
Yeah.
But
because it sounds like you know how to delegate. It's just more things that are like near and dear to your heart that you want to make sure go well.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We need to talk origin stories a little bit here. I thought, obviously the event was really, really cool, and there's more to come. Stay tuned. But I don't know. Let's start with Mike. You've been in the industry for a very long time.
Yeah.
You talked about public speaking a moment ago and how terrifying it was for you. Give us just a basic high-level overview. You've been at for 34 years?
I started in real estate in 1990. Worked for a lady named Karen Lynch, who was the #1 producer in Corona Del Mar at the time, back like
pre-Casey.
Pre-Casey Lesher, yeah.
Yeah.
And so worked for her for 1.5 years. And the long story short is my mom had always been in escrow. There were only 6 people, I think, at Mariners Escrow. And she was a minority owner. And the lady, Jackie Penny, was going to retire in December of 1993. And so in June of 93, she said, hey, do you want to partner up with me and, buy into the company because I'm going to buy it from her. And before then I had said no, like 6 times she had asked. And I grew up literally like mom, glass of wine, typewriter, files on the rotary phone, cigarette at home. And I was like,
That's awesome.
dude, I don't want to do escrow.
Yeah, because the stress she was under, basically.
Yeah. So my dad was entitled, and my dad would alys go, "Don't ever get into escrow." Like I swear, it's ingrained
it can
in my
be a
head.
thankless job, can't it?
So my deal was when I said I'll partner with you, but I want to be human resources, sales, and I'm not doing escrow.
Yeah.
And it was like clear. And she said, "Okay, fine." And so I started in August 1st, 1993, and we only had 6 people, and it was we were on a DOS-based software, way back then. But Brian Foxcroft, who's still a business partner and owner, was there working for my mom. And I think the long and the short of it, I think it was by April of 95, we had 25 people, and we were the #1 company. And
are we saying over a 2-year period?
Over a 2-year period.
Amazing.
Because after 1 year, we still hadn't added anyone. And the long story, it was like literally you're telling people you're better, but not really believing it because I see everything going on. And I had changed all the software and upgraded everything already. So we're getting better. And I just said, we need to just have the best benefits. And I'm going to recruit all the officers people are telling me they use. And let's do that, because I can't, there's no way to get more business because everyone uses everyone else.
So your focus was recruiting at that time.
Recruited. So by then, we only had 2 escrow units, with 2 people each in them. And then by 95, we had 5 units with
really impressive.
One of them had 5 people. So we just suddenly became the company in the area.
What would you attribute that success to in such a short period of time? Because you're new, you're young. Was it the updating the platform and the benefits and the software, or was it you being out pounding the pavement, or a little bit of everything?
I think there were 3 parties: my mom, me, and Brian. And I think without any of the 3, it probably doesn't work. It sounds funny, but you needed I brought this outside perspective. I knew all the agents from working with Karen. I showed her properties and met every agent.
I see.
So I already knew everyone. So then I had this, but everyone used someone else. But so Brian was excellent at the escrow portion, obviously, which I have yet to do, as I pointed out.
Good for you. Stuck to your commitments.
Stuck to my guns there. There might have been a brief stint in 97 when we were really busy. I might have done some closings because I had
out of sheer necessity.
Yeah, I had to. But I think it was just upgrading the software, being the customer service improved, and obviously getting the right people, because every organization is about your people. Certainly not about me. Of course, I worked my butt off, and it's all a trust. It's a trust relationship. People have to. I had a thing where it was back with the pager, right? Back in the day. And I would always tell people, if you page me, I'll call you back within a minute.
Or a fax.
And you fax me. And I would do that, anywhere I was, if they paged me, wherever, that was before cell phones. I would just, whatever office I was at, delivering a closing check, I would call them right back. And, you do that long enough, and people
No wonder
trust
people
you.
liked you. Delivering closing checks.
That's all I did. Yeah. I was just delivering.
But you've been at this like clockwork, it sounds like. Obviously, you're an owner now, maybe a majority owner, if I remember correctly with what you told me.
Majority owner.
You've been at this for 34 years. What can you attribute your longevity to? Because people get tired of what they do. Things get stale. Life ebbs and flows. Shit happens. What would you attribute your consistency to?
Like I said in my speech, it's kind of my identity. I won't tell you that you don't have your days, because it does, I like challenges. And so sometimes, right, if, you're busy and you're not needed at times, right? If things are, running themselves a bit, then if you don't get a challenge, you can kind of let things
lose your
go.
sense of purpose too.
So it's I have to, with my sales team, we come up with challenges to challenge each other, to kind of compete in the arena, so that, it's who can get more clients, who can do this.
Healthy competition.
But in a good way. I just connecting with people. And I think that's my highest and best use is like, I've sometimes, spent days in the office and you talk on the phone. It's just so much more fun to be at preview and seeing people in person. And
was that a learned skill though? So I want to touch on this, like for the audience from the event and whoever's listening to this, it's one of those things where I think we see Tim Smith or Casey Letcher, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Or John Kane or Annie. And it's like they're seeing the pinnacle. And I can just tell you when I was younger in my 20s or even my 30s, like I really struggled with what was going on inside my body and what the stories I was telling myself. Right. And it's really, really challenging because I avoided getting on stage for a very long time because I thought I was going to melt down and self-destruct. Right.
Yeah.
But eventually you just have to get on with it and do it. I don't know. What would you say about that?
Are you saying about, be specific in the question?
Well, I kind of lost my train of thought, if I'm being honest, and I threw it back to you. So I'm just.
Oh, okay. I thought you were asking something.
What was my original question?
It changed. Yeah. Yeah. What is the question?
Well, I guess I'm just for the audience, I keep trying to harp on the fact that like it really does take a lot of time and practice to be comfortable in your own skin doing this stuff. Like, was this something you were always comfortable with? I understand,
are you saying with like maybe talking?
Yeah,
to
the
clients?
networking piece, the phone calls, the getting on stage.
Yeah, you know what is? I think that you're kind of like I remember going after college. I don't want to do sales. I just didn't want to do sales. Like you had the choice of copier sales, you get into any kind of sales, commercial real estate, etc. And so I took this job thinking, you know what, I'm going to come across as just like, like I just want to network. And it was kind of like, I know one of the first things I did, I got everyone's birthday in the whole area. And so, there was a place in Atrium Court and I did little stationery with their initials on, with a little pen. And so every day, pretty much there was one or two birthdays in the area. And even if they weren't clients, I would just deliver a gift with a little note. And it sounds funny, but like I would talk to everyone each day. I would deliver the closings. I would talk to other people. And what I'm saying is not everyone's your client, but you can just be like, hey, I'm just waiting. I just, like I know you use so-and-so escrow, but like, hey, I just know I'm thinking about you and I want to be next. And I just did that for 2 years.
That was my question. Is this a learned skill or did you have to develop this over time?
I didn't know that I knew the skill. I just was like, hey, I'm just going to be nice to everyone and kind of just put the good karma out there. And in the long run, that wins. Because people, I'm telling you, a lot, at that time, there was a majority of women realtors, like 80%, I would say.
Right.
And when you remember their birthday and their son didn't, probably a lot of times, like they remember it and they would always leave messages and they would feel almost bad because they didn't use me. Like, oh my gosh, I was so nice. But then in the long run, they did.
It's the thought that counts, Mike.
Yeah. So it's just I think I always look at real estate and what I do is it's a marathon. It's a long-term thing. If you're going to overreact to not getting one deal or be upset or, it's just like, hey, I understand, just try and get me the next one, right? Yeah. That's got to be the attitude.
Don't take it personally.
You can't. And trust me, I'm a competitive guy. So at the beginning, that was hard when you did something for someone and you didn't get that deal.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was just like, you were just like, like going, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But, you got to take the high road.
Okay. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Nice share. All right, Michele, just give us a glimpse of like high level, your career trajectory, how you got here.
Oh, wow. Well, I do want to say Mike is excellent at building relationships. And I think what you said is so spot on, taking the marathon approach. And one thing about you that I've noticed is unique is that you really are no pressure. And I think that's like so important.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just have confidence in yourself and your company. And you know that you don't need everyone to work with you. And you're great. I've watched you. Well, I've watched you. We've been friends for 20 years and we've been in the same industry. So, I can honestly say that you do a great job at building relationships.
Thank you.
So I started off my career in real estate. And
that's right.
Yeah.
John McMonagle.
Yeah. I grew up in Orange County. I went to USC and then I started working
Why do I keep forgetting that? You were USC alumni. Very cool.
Are you too?
No, sorry.
Oh,
I was just
wow.
doing it
I
for
was
you.
like, how did I not know that?
I'm the anteater, wherever you do. Like
Oh, UCI.
Yeah,
Yeah.
UCI.
Oh, local.
I'm the college dropout. All right, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, we have a little bit of everything here. That's why it works.
We both don't have a football team.
Yeah, that's right.
So anyway, so we met in 2005 and I started working for John.
Got it.
And started my career selling luxury real estate in Newport and doing that 6 days a week. And the joke was that we would haul butt in our cars on PCH with a binder of like 100 keys of all the listings that we had. Do you remember those days?
Mm-hmm.
This is before I had kids.
Thomas
so
Guide
I
days?
had the time.
Was it Thomas Guide days?
Oh yeah, Thomas Guide.
Well,
That's a different book.
Yes. I was after Thomas Guide.
Oh, you were?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I never used Thomas Guide.
Okay.
Anyways, so I sold real estate. I was with John until 2011, and then I did it on my own, had babies, and then I was really active in my church and leading women's groups and, funny enough, speaking. That was my first experience, public speaking, and organizing events and leading community. And while I was a young mom and still selling real estate. And then I ended up, for personal reasons, falling into Orange County Real Producers. I don't know if you want that story.
Of course I do. Yes. This is why I asked. I like to know why people got here, you know?
Yeah. So I went through a divorce, had 2 very young children, full custody, and I loved real estate. I mean, you remember me. I love negotiating. It's so fun. But doing real estate as a single parent with 2 small children is
easier said than done. Yeah.
So challenging.
Well, you're getting a call on a random Saturday or Sunday or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so difficult. And it wasn't working with my priorities of being a mother first, being there for my kids. So but I didn't know what else to do because all I knew was real estate. And then I was serving the church and building community and doing events. And I happened to hear about Real Producers. It's a national franchise. It didn't exist in Orange County. And it just blended all those things that I had already been doing that I really enjoyed: community, event hosting, and real estate. And I knew so many people from having started with Mike Perisi and John McMonigal that it
you
just
were already
was a
really
no-brainer.
well connected. Yeah, my business partner in Idaho was immediately aware of Real Producers.
Yeah, because he's a part of, you said
he's a partner. He's been on panels before, and he's like, oh yeah, you totally got to do it. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
And it's funny how like our background subconsciously and unknowingly gets us ready for what we ultimately find our sense of purpose to be.
It's so amazing. You know? It's like exciting to think about like our story is still being written and to see it from the other side, like just trusting that those dots will be connected even though they don't make sense right now.
Yeah, very
always.
cool.
Yeah.
So did you ever have a problem with public speaking?
No, but I was super nervous. I was incredibly nervous. I was like so scared, nervous. But my experience was always very frightened. And then once I was on stage, I was very comfortable.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it was more like you're in your head beforehand, building it up in your mind,
scared,
freaked out. But once you got up there, you were fine?
I was fine. But I was scared for many years after. So with every time it would get less and less. And then finally I was just tired of being scared. Yeah. I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah, that's impressive. Well, I think a lot of people in the audience at the event, there's probably a story they're telling themselves is I could never do this. Not everyone, but I know that that's kind of a limiting belief for a lot of people. And all I can tell you is throwing events like that is the thing that always has some of the biggest impact on our growth and our market share growth and just meeting key people like we have here that really makes a difference in our business. So I would just encourage people to put themselves out there and be uncomfortable.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're not growing if we're not uncomfortable, right?
That's right.
It's way more scary if we're comfortable, if life is comfortable.
Yeah. And we might even be seeing, it sounds like you had a podcast idea. We had some ideas for OC Real Producers. This might be the first of something really special.
Well, before we finish, I want to thank you so much I'm so grateful that we met. And without your support, our event wouldn't have been what it was.
I don't know about that.
It's true.
No, you were the perfect.
No, this was so
addition.
perfect. Our synergy was fantastic.
Yeah.
And even just seeing you two and your synergy has just been like, it couldn't have been better. I'm so grateful for both of you.
Thank
really,
you so
truly.
much.
It would not have been the same without each and
Yeah, we
each
had a
of
good
you.
time together on stage.
Yeah.
I thought we did really well.
They were calling us the salt and pepper combo.
Really?
Who's salt
Do
and who's
people say
pepper?
I'm like,
kidding.
that's cute, actually.
Yeah, why not?
Yes.
With the real salt and
Well, we
pepper.
both have
stand,
great beards,
right?
and that's because we're in this industry.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's so funny.
It's like, again, it's just such a neat industry.
Yeah.
It really is. It's got so many people, and to touch on how important it was to have this event, and I said it on the video that went on Instagram, was just more so just people. There's all these people had joined the industry. There's the least amount of closings the last 2 years, right? So people are struggling. A lot of people aren't doing deals. So they need to know, sure, that if they just get one thing that helps them, like, get their next deal, or just something that works for them, it's a total value add for an agent. And I think everyone that I talked to got something out of it.
Well, sometimes people just need a reminder that this business is not easy, and we're all in this together. And yes, sometimes a market like this can be really challenging, but then the reminder that, it took the Caseys of the world and the Tim Smiths of the world 10 years to quote unquote feel like they made it. And that came probably with a lot of dark valleys and tunnels that they had to experience. And I think the key is, like, the messaging for me is, of course, the authenticity piece that we talked about earlier, but also you just can't give up,
right?
And it's easier said than done. But I love watching people push through the adversity and continue to keep going.
And that's important because, so I get a lot of phone calls where people are getting into the business, right? And they go, oh, talk to Mike and talk about real estate, right? Who do you know? Who should I work with? All those kinds of coffee meetings. And it's like, to hear those people say 10 years. I mean, that's kind of what I'm pretty honest, as Michelle will tell you. And so I'm always like going, if you need to make money now, I wouldn't get into real estate, right? Like, I wouldn't. It's not mean. It's just like, you get a regular job and do it part-time, even though to do it for real, you need to be full-time. I get it, but you need to get the right gig with the right team, like a John McMonagle when you started. That's a good gig.
How old were you when you started?
Early 20s.
And then you?
25.
Yeah. 20 years old was when I started. So the point is, like, it is a young person's sport in the beginning because we're all broke anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So I do have empathy for folks because, like, I do see people wanting to get into the industry, but you're right. It's not like the barrier to entry is pretty tough.
Right.
And if you're not going to be able to make money for 3 to 5 years in a really robust and meaningful sense, like, it's tough.
People, you see Instagram and stuff, and it's like, oh, you just put a sign up and you sell a house and you make all this money, and it gets that, there's all the memes where the people are laughing, like, because it's not easy, but yet, a lot of younger people getting in think it is, and the reality is, it's a lot of work, and you better know that.
Well, this is the normal market, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, people got a false sense of reality from like 2010 to 2021, end of 21, especially if you're a young person and got into the industry in 2020 and 2021, where they could put a sign out in front of the house and sell.
Right.
And then it's like, all we're experiencing right now at a 6.5% interest rate is normal. That's it.
Yeah.
Welcome to normal.
And there was a trend. There was a trend at one time on Redfin where I'd noticed, not that this is that pertinent, but everyone, like the top producers, or let's just say you take Corona Del Mar for one example, of all the listings, 50% would be from out of area. So, because it was so easy, people were calling friends, cousins, family members.
They're probably getting deals too.
They now to sell your house and price
you
it
need
well,
expertise.
You need that's what I'm saying. It ebbs and flows in that way. So our top producers stand out in this type of market.
Okay. All right, everybody, stay tuned for more. Obviously, a lot of great learning if you're at the event. Thank you for your support. You're likely going to be seeing more of Michele and Mike on camera moving forward, and we're excited about the things to come. Thanks for listening. If you found value, I'm sure you did, please like and subscribe. I appreciate it. All right.